Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video Trude, and welcome back to Stellaris, the impossible run, where last time we kicked things off with our new friends, the Snivelet Friendship, and we had one goal in mind, which is find some lovely friendly empires out there, get nice commercial partnerships set up, everything's wonderful. What we found instead was a giant pile of xenophobic dicks, and some Corinthian Democrats up north. These guys look like they were going to be friendly, then they just shut the borders because they're dicks. Then there's hive minds, and hive minds aren't interested in buying toasters offers, so that's a problem. I've got high hopes for the Inari over here though. Maybe they'll be good. I don't know. Also, I repeatedly got the Spuxulax and the Hulfassans the wrong way round. The Hulfassans are the guys I've got the border with, over on the right there. On the left is the Spuxulax. I repeatedly got that wrong in the first part. Apologies for that. Oh flip, it's only episode 2 and let's talk all about the things that John got wrong is already back. That's never a good sign. And you know what's also hilarious? It's only episode 2, it's already the year 2217, meaning we're 8 years away from the game beginning to roll dice for mid-game crises. So, at the bare minimum, one very good thing indeed, we have not spawned right next to any of the mercenary groups that could, in theory, spawn a Great Khan. We don't know where they are. In fact, you know, they could be, like, literally right here. I could still be in a huge amount of danger. But we haven't run into them immediately. So, if a Great Khan is going to spawn in 8 years' time, then at the bare minimum, it needs to go through someone else before it gets to me. But as a reminder, as I said in the first part, just because the game starts rolling dice in 2225 does not mean that's when the mid-game crisis is going to happen. Basically, anything can happen in any order. It's all going to be a nightmare. Anyway, let's get back to where we were here. Specifically, we get to kick off today with, yes indeed, our very first planet being put down, because our colony ship is just about arriving. Absolutely lovely. I love the humanoid style ships. They're just gorgeous. And here's the destination, Sartrinius 3A, so presumably a moon around the planet Sartrinius, which by the look of it is that a toxic world? Yes, that's a toxic world, so let's not go for holidays there, that'd be a very, very bad idea. So yeah, this is going to be a very tiny planet, but having 2 planets is pretty much fundamentally better than 1 at the moment, because then I can have populations growing at twice the rate. So yeah, definitely be wanting that down. This is a very, very tiny world indeed. We definitely want it sorted out though, and okay, it's not low habitability, it's just sort of okay habitability. We just have to accept it. And as this is an extremely small desert planet, I think what we're going to call this place is Tiny Sands. That's a cute name for the Snivelets, I quite like that. So we're going to make that happen, love it. Okay, while that starts happening, we need to crack on with the basics here, which is, yeah, we just need to expand the Empire. I've taken my first Ascension perk, so it is cheaper to expand, which is going to be useful, because, yeah, these guys are already bigger and richer than me. They should be able to potentially expand faster than me, just because even though I do get the same amount of influence as them, because they started off larger with more populations, I suspect their factions have kicked in earlier than mine, so they might have had more of an opportunity to bank up some influence. And alloys, which you also need to expand, they'll have more of that than me. Because, yeah, as you can probably guess from seeing all of this over here, yeah, as far as the AI is concerned, it's not just their jobs that produce extra resources, all of their mining stations do as well. So we end up with slightly ludicrous numbers coming out of even mediocre systems. Speaking of which, we could do with more influence coming out of the Xenophiles, so obviously they would like a federation, and they'd also like an enclave to be incorporated. That's fine, we've got one of them over there, that's only a couple of expansions away, so we can get that sorted for them if we need it. And the other objective for today as well is potentially a bit of a dubious one, which is become strong enough that the Hulfassans start paying attention to me, because right now, I can't rival these guys, and hang on. No, because I got myself confused between the Spuxulax and the Hulfassans last time, it's these guys over here that might be an interesting candidate. Oh, flip, you guys have just decided to, yeah, rival and be rivaled by everybody. In particular, the Corinthians up north. These guys could be friends. If I actually rival the Spuxulax, and yeah, potentially we'll have a common enemy, they might be willing to play ball a bit more. So as a result of that, yeah, we might be able to get the commercial pack set up. That's my big goal for today. Become strong enough that I can start playing in the big leagues and then start getting some lovely bases down in other people's empires. Well, may as well get time ticking along here. Let's see what we've got going on, because yeah, we're now also in a race to expand down south versus the hive mind, because there's a bunch of potentially good prospects around here. Though admittedly, I don't know. Like, this looks like it should be a really good system. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be, and... Oh!
Stop fighting!
Okay. Right, so everything's kicked off very fast today. The Corinthians have attacked the Spuctulax. Which is, yeah, probably why I was getting a bit confused, because it would make sense for the Corinthians to attack the Helfassans, but why? Why attack the Spuctulax? You're bloody miles away from the Spuctulax. Also, they better not be planning to actually have this war inside my territory, because, no, there's no actual... Actually, there is a connection via this route. Oh, they're probably going to try and have this war bloody right in the middle of the territory I'm trying to expand into. So this was an offensive war started by the Corinthians for reasons that aren't entirely clear, but alright then. And on top of that, we've got, ooh, a diplomatic proposal. Okay, that's promising, and... Okay, it's the Inari. And they just want to give me a giant pile of money. Well, that's... Okay. Guys, how are you feeling? Oh, they're receptive. They're actually receptive to me. Oh, flip. Okay, so let's just make sure we understand what's going on with the Inari right now, which is... yeah, they do not like the Spuctulax, but that's fine. I don't like the Spuctulax either. They wouldn't be ready to form a defensive pact just yet, and also, the reason they're actually being receptive is because they are not overwhelmingly stronger than me, or rather, well, they're overwhelming in terms of fleet power, but they're only superior overall. I'm catching them up. They're probably one of the weaker people around here. But they would be open to a non-aggression pact, and more importantly, commercial pact. And actually, arguably, more important again, research agreement, because these guys have got giant piles of bonus sites. They're going to be ahead of me tech-wise. So if I can piggyback on them with a research agreement, yeah, basically that'll work exclusively in my favour, not at all in theirs. Okay, now this works for me. Now, it's going to cost me a tiny amount of influence, but it will also increase trust, so that's going to be worth doing right there. Yeah, get that in play, and on top of that, let's actually get a commercial pact sorted out here. So, what's that going to cost me precisely? Because, yeah, of course, when I was playing as Almeti, you didn't need to bother with this business. So, again, cost me a tiny amount of influence, but I can take an Ascension perk to get rid of that. They will get 6.47 money, we'll get 3.56 money, and also, I see, because you're not talking about energy credits, you're talking about the value of trade, but my trade is being converted into Unity. Gotcha. So, right, that seems like a pretty good deal for a tiny amount of influence. I'm going to put that to them as well, and the research agreement is going to cost me, again, it's a bit on the expensive side, but honestly, because that tech's ahead of ours, I'd say that's a good idea, but only have one research agreement on the go at any one time. That's fine. So let that all go through. So all of that should be accepted, hopefully. And there we go. We have got ourselves a non-aggression pact. We've got ourselves a research agreement. You damn well better agree to the commercial pact too, by the way, because that's the big one in some ways. And we've stumbled across an old stealth bomber down south here as well. So, okay, there might be a weapon on board this ship so powerful they thought it could win them a war, but then again, that could be a fairly basic explosive weapon from my point of view. So, yeah, you know what? We'll do the special project. We won't do it right now because there's too much to get on with, and they've accepted the commercial pact. Good. Good. Because, remember we found the Space Titanic? That means we're just flipping swimming in money right now. And money's what you need to get down a lovely corporate site in another empire. And generally you do want to focus on places with high trade, because high trade is good for both sides. So, yeah, these guys over here, the Corinthians, that's only a 32, that's only a 33, you've only got yourself, that's only a 25. Okay, I think I've just accidentally formed a commercial pact with pretty much the richest, most prosperous empire in the local area, and that's bloody great. So, establish a branch office, which is going to be a little bit on the expensive side because it's a fair way away. So, 1,700 together with 85 influence. But, screw it, we're doing it, yes. Abso-flipping-lutely. So, that branch office is now open immediately. Oh, I love it. Absolutely flipping love it. So, we are going to be making a decent amount of money off this place, because yeah, it's partly a function of how much trade value's on the planet, and on this planet, that's actually a good solid amount. And on top of that, we've got ourselves, oh, look at this, Absolutely flipping beautiful. And yeah, because I'm not actually being like pirates or the mafia anymore or anything, on this occasion, it's mutual benefit all the way down. I'm going to get one benefit, they're going to get a benefit too. So if I put down the amusement megaplex, for me, it generates energy credits representing money, presumably representing like, I don't know, ticket sales, because we let people come and play in our amusement megaplex, but the planet gets plus 10 amenities. So yeah, it's actually mutually beneficial. We could also create a merchant job here, which is pretty darn good. That's a really nice thing to have. But yeah, branch office value plus 25%. Probably not a bad idea, because this place is already looking decently valuable just as a starting point, and yeah, it's going to grow over time, because this is a capital world, so assuming these guys don't get immediately destroyed by something, which they probably will do as soon as I've invested heavily, yeah, that wouldn't be bad, that wouldn't be bad at all. Food's a bit on the boring side, but not terrible to be honest. Alternatively, my naval capacity being up, that's kind of nice. Get ourselves some alloys, that's nice as well. Just, yeah, minerals, or science, or unity, or consumer goods down the bottom there. Lovely. But no, I'm going to go for the commercial forum, because I suspect, given not much time, that's going to be the most valuable one right there. So it'll take a bit of time to put together. But, oh, this is going to be lovely. This is going to be absolutely flippin' lovely. But there's no point actually going to this one over here because, yeah, this little tiny planet they've just recently put down has got basically no trade value yet because it's too tiny. And of course, the other nice thing about actually getting this corporate structure down is, yeah, it means I've now got full visibility of both this planet and this system. So I can get a much clearer idea of how much strength these guys are actually floating, which is very, very good indeed. Together with armies, population, jobs, what you guys do where, what you've actually got built on your planet. Oh, that's just flippin' lovely. Oh, and there we go. The branch office has kicked in, and we've gone from a very slight deficit to plus flipping 29. So yeah, this is going to start paying for itself pretty darn quickly. This works. This very much works. Okay, down south we just keep scanning as fast as we can. We've actually got, yeah, the construction ship coming in right now just to get the starbase down. And there we go. The settlement of Tiny Sands has begun, though it will take a little while to actually finish up. I can't help but notice, by the way, the Hull Fasteners have actually, yes, set up a reinforced station right next door to where I have a reinforced station. So both of us have decided to harden our borders against each other, which is probably a bit concerning. And we've got a new empire reaching out as well. Uh-oh. They're called the Consciousness, right? That probably means it's another bloody hive mind. Yes, it's the Twitter hive mind. Marvellous. Okay, let's see what's going on down over here precisely. Because, yeah, you guys right now, you're reasonably happy with us. And that's pretty much purely because we're Xenophiles. So, you know, we just get a permanent plus 20 to everybody. Which is good. It's going to stop people attacking us because everyone's being super aggressive right now. But other than that, you guys actually hate... Ooh. Okay, you guys hate and are hated by the xenophobic dicks. Good. Good, good, good. That works for me. You've actually got yourself... Aha. The hive mind next door, you two guys actually get on with each other just fine. Okay, so they're going to mutually protect each other. That's okay. Doesn't really affect me. 2218 and we get ourselves a new tradition. And ooh. Okay. I wonder if I take colonization fever now. When the colonization's done, do I actually get the extra pop, or do I not get it because the colonization has already begun? I don't know. The alternative is starbase influence costs down by 10%. I am going to be doing a fair bit of that, to be honest. Like, I can probably do without one additional pop just for the minutes. I mean, one pop, or... One pop is quite significant. Oh, speaking of one pop being quite significant, hang on. No, I'll get back to you in a second. I've just remembered. The thing I'm supposed to always do that I forgot to do, we should 100% actually be getting on with, yeah, clearing out the slum. Because that's a free pop for 300 energy, which I totally forgot to do. Okay, take the additional pop. Hopefully we do actually get it. Because it's only a few years until we get that 10%. And we've already lowered the cost of that already through the Ascension perk we've already taken. So that's not too bad. And bloody hell, we've got more people reaching out to us. Right, so, the Cinemators Citizen Compact, who are, I'm guessing, not getting on too well with... Actually, hang on. No, you don't actually share a border with the Hull Fasteners, so maybe you get on fine with them. Hello, who are you guys? And we have not run into a single Xenophile yet. There are just no Xenophiles in the entire cocking galaxy. Instead, everybody's militarist, just absolutely flipping everybody. In fact, there's wars breaking out I'm not actually privy to right now. So, yeah, there's a war going on over there. The Sidematon Queptilian Primum Federation War. Oh, blimey. Federations have already started forming out there too. Marvellous. Okay, if there's federations, that's probably a good sign. Federations mean xenophiles for the most part, so there might well be some xenophiles somewhere over here we can be friends with. But apparently these guys are being dicks and attacking them. Meanwhile, the Corinthians have also declared the hive mind way to their south, their rival. So, for some reason, the Corinthians are just giant warmongering dicks who, fortunately, for now at least, are primarily interested in attacking, people way to the south of them. But here's something interesting. The Corinthians, they haven't got any relationships I'm not aware of. And yeah, most of their relationships are to the south. Suggesting there's nobody to the north of them. Suggesting that huge amounts of territory around here might be up for grabs. In fact, actually, hang on, and we've also just got a lovely little asteroid around there somewhere. Suggesting, yes, we know for a fact these guys don't have a route to get up north. Unless, of course, there's like a long way around here. But actually, there might be a good bit of empty space. Or alternatively, there might be someone up here who just has no way of getting to the Corinthians. Okay, north might be a good place to expand. Potentially, we might want to try and, beat the Inari to the key choke point where we actually ran into those space amoeba. And we get food from farms up, that's good. The population is going to start growing a bit faster. Now, what I like food processing facilities, what I like pop growth speed. Take pop growth speed up, because, that moves me towards biological ascension. And if I'm going to go for an ascension perk at all, it'll probably be biological. I think biological is actually really damn powerful these days. And the Helfassans have also declared the Nat Fankans, the nearest hive mind to me, their rival. Complete. Except, of course, there's one small problem, which is they've got no way of actually getting to the Nat Fankans, unless I actually keep my borders open. If I close my borders, they can't actually get there, but I don't want to do that unless it somehow, agitates these bastards. I don't want to annoy the Helfassans. They're probably the most present and dangerous threat to me. And we've got the fusion reactor in play. Marvellous. And with more power, we can get improved deflectors out immediately. Well, I say immediately, in several years' time, but it's still a good thing. Okay, up north we've pretty much scanned all of this northern area. Honestly, it's not spectacular. It's not great. So you head up here, take care of that, and once you're done with that, probably you're up to, you're level 4. You can start actually finishing up a load of these here anomalies that we've just got floating around the Empire that could, in theory, be quite valuable to us. So once you're done with that, take care of all outstanding anomalies and other projects and diddly-diddly-dees. In which case, how fast do I want to try and expand out to the north here? Because moving out in this direction feels like the safest bet. Okay, hang on. How is my cohesion right now? Still floating at 100%. Probably don't need to be worrying about pirates too much. You, come over here. Start taking out some of this, because that's reasonable enough. Honestly, this is an uninspiring spy, but at least it's some nice free money. Ooh, but we've got some more sexy stuff going on down south. One, this looks like a nice system. Plenty of science around here. And in the area I'd like to expand towards the hive mind in, though, those guys they're on the move. They're most definitely on the move. They hadn't taken that system last time I checked in. So if Cheshin is a new acquisition for them, they are expanding in this direction. We've also got ourselves a mysterious platform with an erratic alien design. Okay, interesting, and apparently used to belong to some form of mollusk. Gotcha. So before falling into disrepair, microwave beams were used to heat regions of the star's atmosphere, provoking large sustained eruptions that increased the solar wind outflow significantly. The energy was then harvested with an orbital mine. Okay, so we can either potentially get ourselves a weapon, or potentially get ourselves some form of useful energy mine something. Okay, let's go for repair. Let's see if we actually can get some money out of this. That's probably for the best. And we'll need a construction ship to fix that up. Okay, he can take care of that when he gets down in that direction. For the time being, just keep scanning, keep expanding, and more rivalries are showing up here. Okay, it's just the Nat Fankans deciding to rival back the Helfassans. Nothing major. Now, if I do actually want to break out from the top here, we had Space Amoeba of 560. we're going to be needing ourselves some more flipping ships. So just a handful more, please. Start reinforcing. Save a few alloys just so we can keep expanding nice and fast if we're expanding in 2 directions at once. But yeah, this is going to start getting expensive to do. Then again, I am making plus 18 alloys right now. That's pretty good. And with 2 entertainers now in play, yeah, we've now got plenty of amenities over on Snorth, meaning productivity and happiness has actually jumped up. So that's good too. Okay, we've started expanding in the right direction here. This is all looking like it's good stuff. We've got, yeah, more and more things need to be taken care of over here. You should probably just expand in this direction because I'm worried. We'll take care of, yeah, the 5 and the 3 at some point soon. But we need to keep moving in this direction too, because I do not want to lose Eternal Horizon, because it's called Eternal Horizon. Now that's a pretty damn badass name. We definitely want that. Okay, so far I'm being a little bit underwhelmed by what I thought was going to be an exciting, sexy opportunity for me. So, basically nothing in that entire system. Eternal Horizon is just a black hole. They're not spectacular, but I do want the L Gate. Do definitely want the L Gate. This could be sexier though. This feels like it really ought to be sexy. Well, while we're just figuring out whether this area is even worth expanding into, you may as well get on with, yeah, the research project. Let's see if this abandoned star platform turns out to be worth anything, because 60 days is very, very fast indeed, so that's going to be done in no time at all. And it's time for an oligarchic election. Sorry, it's every 20 years. I thought it was 40. And hello, hang on, sorry. There are 2 planets in here. Did we know there were 2 planets over here? Right, both continental, which is not great, but one of them's massive. Okay, might be worth keeping an eye on up there. The problem is I can't possibly afford to actually get involved here. So, yeah, kinda hope the slave optimization person doesn't actually win, because we've got no cocking slaves. And everyone else would have, yeah, growing economy, that's great. Scientific leap, that's great as well. Explorer is fine. Warlike would probably be useful just as a safety net. Then we've got ourselves Home in the Sky. In all fairness, star-based module upgrade is really expensive, so that would save us a lot of money potentially. Fortifier is a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. Reformer's nice, Explorer's okay. Not a great bunch, to be honest. We're just going to be abstaining. So anyone who's not Rosa Rossi would be great. And it wasn't. We have actually changed it over. Right, okay, this is good. So it was indeed the person who had Grow Economy. So the amount of money we're making from technicians has just gone up, together with Home in the Sky. So module and upgrade cost is down. And also, yeah, upgrade cost is down even further. And defense platforms down. Okay, defense platforms are a bit not great because of their cost, but 33% is actually a big reduction. That might be worth having a think about over in Decida. Also, the Corinthians have decided they hate me even more. So, okay, they're... Oh! Our rival. When did that happen? Because I swear I didn't see an alert for that. Still, at least we are getting to the stage where the enemies are just superior to us, not overwhelmingly strong. So that's nice. Okay, so these guys are basically dicks. Got it. We're never going to be friends with them. But these guys, we're getting on with pretty darn well. And they hate... Okay, they just hate the Spuxulax. Alright, what if I also hated the Spuxulax? Because I could actually make them a rival at this point, right? Yes, I can declare rival if I want to. That would simply reaffirm to my friends the Inari that we have common enemies. Honestly, I feel like I should do, because these guys are apparently busy. Yeah, they've already got a war on that honestly probably is a very cold war. I doubt anyone's actually fighting anyone there. I haven't seen any ships passing through, and... okay, apparently there's a machine uprising going on somewhere, and everyone's declared war on it, because it's the year 2020. We're only 20 years into the game, and there's been a machine uprising. Right. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be anywhere near me, so that's good. And just checking in here, yeah, the Hulfasans do not have a defensive pact with the Spuxulax, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to declare a rivalry right now, because that actually gets me a decent amount of influence. And with a mutual rival, we're up to plus 91 with the Inari. That is good right there. In fact, actually, that's good enough to form a defensive pact, which I will probably think about, but hang on, someone else wanted to say something here. Okay, so the Bavia would like a non-aggression pact. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's probably a very good idea. and the Nadfankans as well. It's going to cost me a tiny amount of influence, but let's just have some peace going on here. So, we've got non-aggression, we've got potentially a defensive pact, but the thing is, we don't actually share a border anywhere. Like, he can't actually come and reinforce me if I run into trouble. It would be a very long way round for him. Oh, and even better, over on Inaris, yeah, the actual corporate headquarters is now up to 55 energy. Flippin' love it. And they've just hit population of 50, so we've got ourselves a brand new open slot here. Oh, this is good. This is good stuff. Okay, let's think about this carefully here, because the best way to make money off this thing might be to simply maximize the amount of trade value on this planet. So, potentially, I might want to actually pick what I'm building next. Not on what actually gets me an immediate benefit, but on what actually provides jobs that boost the trade of the local area. So, if they say, yeah, Clark jobs, right there, that's going to be +4 to trade, which directly benefits me, on top of creating a handful of extra alloys, which probably wouldn't hurt. But I do also get those jobs from, yeah, public relations, private research enterprises, and virtual entertainment. So, yeah, I'm probably going to take private research enterprises, because that not only gets me the science, it also gets me +4 trade value, or rather it gets them +4 trade value, but that directly translates into benefit for me. And speaking of the Inari, they've actually decided to, oh, everything's happening at once because it always bloody does. The Inari have actually asked for the defensive pact. Okay. I can see how that would be useful against the Sparkshalaks. I'm not sure it would be that useful against the Combine of Hulfasa, but I don't really want to say no, because that might eventually annoy them. If you turn down something too many times, yeah, they slowly get annoyed about it. You know what? I'd rather have it than not. I'm kind of too weak right now to say no to anybody. If anyone's willing to have me, then that's flipping great. And that platform gets a +6 energy to... Ooh, that's nice. That's very, very nice indeed. Though, yeah, apparently it almost went wrong. So possibly I just was a bit lucky in a dice roll, which might have ended in something horribly exploding. So that's good. Right, that's probably going to be fast to put together. Yeah, just 200 minerals for +6 energy, +2 minerals. Get on with that. And how are you getting on? You're actually, yeah, you're building a new starbase momentarily in that direction. Oh, we've got a lot to do. Oh, hello, we've got ourselves... Oh, yes, 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 yes. Mutual migration, abso-flippin'-lutely. In fact, yeah, if we've got mutual migration, what do I know about you guys? So, desert preference, charismatic, natural physicist, resilient, deviant, wasteful. Nothing too dramatic, but physics research, that's not too bad for potential science, and they like desert. Well, good news, guys. I'm literally just settling a desert planet right now, so... if you'd like to come over and join us, that'd be marvellous. And something potentially very useful indeed up at the very north over in Pesk. Yeah, a giant ship trapped in a gas giant. Bring it up, please. Bring it up. I'd like to see what that is, because we do need more ships right now. In fact, no. Don't do that. Get on with this first, please. And apparently we've scanned enough worlds to actually complete the Habitable World Survey event. So, yeah, 500 sociology, 500 energy. Not bad. Not bad at all. And in large part thanks to the branch office. Oh, yeah, look at that. Flipping look at that. We are making so much energy off the branch office. That's ridiculous. More than all of our stations, more than all of our trade. Yeah, actually, almost more than all of our stations and all of our jobs put to flipping together. Branch officers are great. Okay, so remember that wonderful system I said was going to be amazing? Yeah, that's literally it. 2 energy, 2 physics, and 7 trade value. I mean, the trade value's sort of okay, but that's still pretty underwhelming, really. That's still very underwhelming indeed. And we have picked up this ship. Hello there. What are you precisely? You are... Hang on. You're... Ooh, a derelict cruiser with... Oh, my. Oh, flipping my... Right, so that's pretty good. That's pretty much as strong as the rest of the fleet put together. Okay, that's some seriously advanced tech. Antimatter reactors, bloody hell. In fact, actually, hang on. The best thing about this ship is, yeah, it's got subspace sensors. We don't have any other sensors right now. I can use this as a scout ship because... it can literally see further than anything else I own. Oh my. Right, well, deploy that straight back over to Snorf. If we get attacked, that thing could be absolutely critical. Well, I guess at the bare minimum, we do just eat some of this stuff. So, yeah, take over Eternal Horizon, because it's awesome. We also get ourselves, yeah, just a handful of extra bits and pieces showing up here. Nothing too dramatic, to be honest. Yeah, this whole area is not great. In fact, actually, hang on. Hang on. Don't actually deploy you down south. Deploy the fleet up north to come and join you, because, yeah, we actually need to take out these here space amoeba if we want to break out into this space further to the north. So, okay, we've got our first space battle coming up here. Though, hello there, we've also got ourselves a visitor. So, the Combine of Hulfasa is just inside our space right now. Nothing too dramatic, to be honest, yeah, just 4 corvettes, but where are they going? Logically, to attack the Machine Uprising, because that's the only empire you guys are at war with right now. So, right, keep an eye on which direction they're going in, because, presumably, that'll tell us where the Machine Uprising is. And we've also just seen, and maybe a bit late expanding to the north, we've just caught sight of something all the way up here. It's avian. We don't know exactly what it is, but it's avian. Right, and the only reason we've seen it is because of my lovely sexy new ship that can see multiple systems away. Okay, we might have discovered them before they've discovered us, so just for once, sociologist, you crack on with that, please. But yeah, there's definitely some avians somewhere around here. There's nothing to say that, we've got ourselves warriors sighted. Okay, so, oh dear. So remember how I actually said at the beginning of this episode, hey, at the bare minimum, at least there's no bloody terrifying marauders nearby who might, you know, theoretically become a great Khan in just 4 years' time. Okay, I was wrong. There they flipping are. This is getting worse rather than better, gotcha. Though then again, this could work in my favour, which is these guys are mercs, and as a megacorp, I'm just actually swimming in money right now. So, if I were in theory to want, yes, I could just get them to raid one of my rivals. That could potentially, that could be very good. And actually, hang on. Do I actually want to? Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for the Combine of Hulfasa to officially be marked as both persona non grata inside my territory, so screw you, we're going to be closing the borders, actually. And on top of that, yeah, you're now going to be my rivals, because, actually, does that do me much in the way of good? Yeah, you know what, why not? You're going to be my rivals too, because that's free influence. And the Natfankans actually want to get closer to us. That's good. That's very, very good indeed. So, yeah, they're looking for potentially a research agreement. Okay, I'm happy to do that, but guys, by any chance, could I lure you into something a bit, but there's no way for you to actually get to the Hulfasans. Yeah, there's no one who's really in a great position to help me versus the Hulfasans, aside from these guys over here, the Sidematus, but then again, they're dicks. You know, I probably shouldn't have done that to the Hulfasans when I'm literally about to send my fleet away. Like, a very long way away. They're actively hostile right now. They're likely to attack us if they think they can win. They are actually also superior as well. Okay, so I've got a plan. I've got a brilliant plan. So what I would like to do is, how about you guys go and raid? Just completely destroy their fleet, please. So how much is it going to cost? 3 grand. Boom. Do it. Flipping do it. Okay, so these here Dwameks are going to be bash. That sounds good to me. Unfortunately, the Empire up north was able to translate my language before I was able to translate theirs, and that's not the only bad thing. They're a flipping trade league. It's a trade commission, and that means it's a megacorp. Yeah, that's no good at all. I don't want these guys to actually be a megacorp, because that means they're going to try and get down branch officers on planets that I'd like to be putting branch officers down onto. So, that's no good at all. Now, hang on, what else do we know about you? You're in a defensive war right now, and you're losing it. Good. That's good indeed. Though, actually, hang on. I may as well have a commercial pact with you guys, because, that's actually worth a fair amount of unity and money and whatnot. Sure, go on then. We'll have that sorted out. In fact, actually, hang on. I'm not sure whether megacorps are allowed to actually branch office each other. I've always assumed not, but I'm not actually 100% sure about that. I mean, at the bare minimum, it's worth it just for the money and the unity. Nope, understandably enough, despite the fact that we've now got a commercial pact, we can't actually set up branch offices on each other. So, okay, me and these guys are effectively business rivals at this point. We can't actually branch office each other, but we would both probably want to be putting down branch officers anywhere else we flipping can. Fortunately, I got to the Inari before they did. Marvellous. Problem is, yeah, my bit of the galaxy is not great for setting up branch officers, because hive minds don't want toasters, xenophobes are dicks, and the Corinthians are just absolute monsters. Okay, the Nadfankans really want to have a defensive pact. Do I want to be a defensive pact with them? Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say yes for now. So it's me, the Inari, and the Nadfankans are all together for the time being. Just because if nothing else, yeah, we're kind of... Oh, you're about to take over this area, aren't you? You're totally going to be building... Yeah, they are actually in the process of expanding into... what is that? Seozuno. Bit difficult to say, so you're welcome to it. Yeah, I want to lock down at least some of this. If I could get Rim down just for that 7 trade, that would probably be kind of fun. So, I think we'll be able to do that, hopefully. In which case, you guys abandon the survey of this sector because they're already in the process of actually taking it right now. And, okay, the offers are just flipping flooding in right now. Do I want a defensive pact with you guys as well? Honestly, no. You guys are a bit too far away for me to be bothered with. And we've got another flipping empire coming in, and with a name like the Multitude, I'm guessing you're another flipping hive mind. Okay, we are just swimming in hive minds. That is 3 hive minds right next to each other. And these ones are particularly flipping ugly. Problem is, these hive minds have decided they absolutely despise the hive minds next to them for some reason. Probably it's just board attention, actually, but these guys don't seem to be doing a particularly good job. Yeah, they're tiny, actually. Right, nothing major there, don't worry about them. And the afterburners are done. Oh, this is good. This is very good indeed. I'm liking the afterburners being done. More armor would be... yeah, let's get armor sorted out. We're already 17 months away from improved deflectors. Right, the ships are starting to get somewhere now. This is promising. And yeah, you get down over here and get Rim locked down. That's looking good to me. And as for the rest of it, okay. You're going to go around here and investigate all of this business, even though this is bringing us dangerously close to the Spuctulax. But check out what's going on. You, meanwhile, head back up north for the time being. Check this system on the way past, and then once you're done with that, yeah, probably just actually help out with all sorts of varied projects, diddly-diddly-dees. Yeah, that's going to take you a bloody while to do, but may as well see if it's something amazing. And speaking of Eternal Horizon, yeah, that is 1 jump away from Rim, 2 away from Saldar, and also only 2 away from Rastelgethi. So that's 3, 4, and 7 in terms of trade. Probably best we actually, yeah, start reinforcing that place up, because if and when we open up the L gate, we're going to want some defense here, just in case something else comes through that we don't want to come through. But yeah, it'll also be a useful trade collection point for the time being. Then again, I'd need 2 trade outposts to actually collect all of it. So, yeah, I could also have it up here in Sarpocus. That'd be able to do the same job. That'd be 2 away from everything. But that would also give me access to these 2 areas over here. So let's not actually make a decision on that until we've actually scanned these 2 systems. Also, we've just been contacted by a new empire, and remember how I was saying things just keep going from bad to worse? Yeah, these guys are called the Picari Decimators, and I'm deeply worried they're going to be killbots. Like, at least 90% they're not Xenophiles. No, they're not Xenophiles. Okay, so we've got Fanatical Purifiers. We wish to be nothing but friends. Fortunately, they don't really have a way of actually getting to me. To be honest, they're probably going to be going to war mainly with, yeah, the Hulfassans, which works brilliantly for me, or the Bavia Consciousness, who I do not have a defensive pact with, so that's just fine too. Yeah, not really my problem right now, but keep an eye on them just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. And though I can't see it, yeah, right now these Marauders should actually be trashing the hell out of the Hulfassans, so that's fun. Pop growth speed is done as well. Absolutely marvellous. Oh, gene clinics. Love gene clinics. Get them done, please. And there we go. My first colony is ready to go. Tiny Sands is on the ground. And it does indeed have 2 people, not 1. Flipping great. Okay, so for the time being, this place isn't really going to be able to do much, to be honest. It's just, you know, chilling out, working on surviving. What we probably can do is... what do we need for the time being? Honestly, at this stage in its development, we don't need to do much with this place at all. Though I could actually, designate it. That's kind of fun. One of the more recent additions to Stellaris. Okay, Tiny Sands could at the bare minimum do with a leader. So, build speed up, district cost down, building cost down. Why not? Congratulations, you go and run that place. And just to make sure everything's as it should be, we may as well actually just get ourselves 1 city ready to go immediately. They're a bit on the expensive side, but the economy's looking good for the time being in terms of, both energy and minerals. Oh, and there we go, down south we've managed to officially lock down Rim. Now that's good stuff right there. Right, once that's done, and once we've actually locked down everything else here, head over and lock down... Oh. Okay, so apparently I've been spending influence like it's going out of fashion right now, because, even though my production's a bit high, I've got a fair few commercial pacts, research agreements, all the rest of it going on. Right, okay, so you guys and... Hello. Beta Kylie. Why have these guys got themselves... Right, system is fully occupied by... Oh... Right, you're in a war you're not doing very well in. Gotcha. Which would logically mean they must have come from over here, because they haven't taken either of these systems. So, okay, somebody's being a dick to my rivals in this part of the world. And honestly, that works for me, so I'm not getting involved. Yeah, by the way, I'm breaking the commercial pact because I kind of need the influence now, and it's not really worth enough to me. Oh, we might have a small problem, though, in, Telassus, which is... just a couple of jumps away from Snorf itself. So, a closer scan of the debris field around Telassus B has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it's counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clues as to what this date signifies or who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of time. Keep an eye on it for 250 engineering, or it's a bomb, destroy it. The capsule is full of innocent-looking wires, any one of which could be triggered to set off a weapon of mass destruction so potent it would wipe out the entire galaxy. The crew will snip all of them. Okay, keep an eye on it, but let's not actually, go and settle this system or anything. Make sure we just, don't have any ships in it when it goes off. Ah, but this is important up here. Yes, over here in Spirum. So it would appear that my fleets are now ready to be merged together. Flippin' love it, because, now this is the good stuff right here. Because this thing is miles ahead of my technology, and it should be miles ahead of everybody else's too. And no, Skarnuri, we're not having a commercial pact. We literally just said no, go away. Yeah, here's the fun thing about this ship. I think this ship might be able to win as a war by itself, because this old girl is insane. It is just lunacy, because it comes with medium plasma weaponry together with advanced lasers, meaning it is especially good at absolutely tearing the hell out of anything that, say, doesn't have any shielding, just hull and armor, which very conveniently is precisely what I want these guys to go and murder. Because over here we've got ourselves, some space amoeba, who don't actually have any shields, it's just hull and armor. So, this should work pretty well actually. But before that, we've got ourselves new traditions available. So, pop growth speed 10%, very tempting. Or, starbase influence cost. Yeah, get that down, because influence is starting to become a little bit of an issue, actually. And it's mainly the fact I've got 2 defensive packs running at once, which is arguably too much. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, given officially, next to the hull fastens, they've still got the superior fleet, but we are closing the gap. We are most definitely closing the gap on them. And here's fun, you can actually plot the course the Marauders took because they've basically passed through this territory, trashing the hell out of anything that got in their way. So yeah, there were clearly stations here that have been destroyed, station here that's been destroyed. If we're very lucky, they might even be heading straight to the capital. Alright, fleet is now in position. You guys, it's time for our very first battle. I believe in you. I know you can do this, alright? Because you've very specifically been set up with decently powerful laser and also this plasma weaponry dotted about. So, there we go. The little guys should go down. No problem whatsoever. Oh, yeah. You are absolutely tearing them into... Oh, that's great. That is great. Calamari for dinner tonight, lads. Sadly, we lost a single corvette. Honestly, that's a good result. I'm happy with that. And that also means, yep, in time we can get regenerative hull tissue, which could potentially be rather useful. Right, bring in the science vessels again. We need to start scanning all of this. There is actually a planet we've seen up there, and that is... hang on, who are you? You're just a little... Okay, there's some space squiddies. They're fine. They're almost always completely harmless. There's also a desert world over there. Don't know much about it yet, but... only size 14. I could do with a proper sized planet, darn it. Still, recall the fleet, because we never know when the hull fastens. Might actually be planning something here. And oh! Hello! The Rubicator. I've heard of this thing. Apparently it's of interest, but I've never actually come across it before. So this was over here, yeah, in that little spur that we've managed to lock off, so no one's getting over here for the time being. Right, so, the Rubricator. An analysis of the ship's logs reveals the crew met its demise when trying to retrieve an irreplaceable alien artifact called the Rubricator. It was stolen from their society by a pack of thieving rats, a curious choice of words as they themselves are most rat-like in appearance. As in fact are we, we're all rats together, it's lovely. The logs are mainly comprised of cursors willing the rat robbers to the end of the universe and beyond. The crew has counted upwards of 50 individual words for defecation, as well as a wide section of places from which a star's light cannot escape, but their arduous work has paid off. We have uncovered the last known location of the Rubricator in a previously uncharted system, and if we are to believe its former owners, its powers are worth pursuing. Okay, we're going to make this happen. So, the last known location. Activate that on a... Ooh! Okay, it's literally already inside our territory. Well, that's just marvellous. Need to send a science ship in there first, of course, so... right, we'll just get one of them ready to go momentarily. We'll go and have a little look, see what's going on there. And we've got a new contact, the Cooperative of Queptilium Primum. Okay, now that sounds positive. Please be Xenophiles. That sounds so friendly. And it is... Okay, how are you xenophobes? You're literally called the Cooperative. Right, so not only are they dicks, they're dicks to a Venus flytrap, so I've got so many reasons to dislike them. Still, for the most part, they're busy dealing with, yeah, fanatical purifiers and hive minds, so they don't affect me that much, but bloody hell have I spawned in a nasty corner of the galaxy. Also, here's a worrying sign. I've just been told I'm no longer allowed to be a rival of the Spuxulax, which probably means, yeah, they're now overwhelmingly powerful again, so... they are now accelerating away from me in terms of strength, which is never a good thing. So on the plus side, we've got improved deflectors. Okay, now that's nice stuff. Get research speed up 5%, that's never a bad thing either. Right, I think it's time for a couple of changes to my corvettes, because at this point, oh yeah, we are just swimming in spare money. Get the shields upgraded, please. And if we can, yeah, bring in the afterburners. Can we actually afford that? Oh, no. Not even remotely. Okay, what if we put on a bit of armor? Okay, that's probably worth it because 5% evasion's good and sublight speed is crucial given in the early parts of the game it is so slow to move your fleet around. That's almost certainly for the best. Okay, now, where do I want to expand to next? Because, yeah, influence is getting very, very low right now. I could try and rush north, but honestly, I don't feel like I'm in a race up here. Because, yeah, the actual bird traders are in a bit of trouble with their wars right now, so don't need to worry about that. Down south, however, now that's a nice system. Alloys, 16 minerals, that's good. That's actually very good indeed. Right, you get over there, and we are lacking the influence. Ah, because we've got no connection to that area. that's going to be expensive to do. Okay, don't worry about this. Head over to... yeah, just head over in that direction. Potentially we might want to seize this one first, we'll have to see. This will, of course, mean that we don't have a proper choke point against these guys, because it would have been nice to get this system, but we couldn't actually get to it in time. But I trust this hive mind for the time being anyway. We do have enough common enemies, at least for now. Okay, so we've concluded that Abdrade is literally worthless. 2 energy. 2 flipping energy in the entire system. Great. So, I do want this system. I don't want that one. Right, okay, get over here. Need another 24. Okay, that's maybe 6 months out, but if they're not in a rush to actually take that, we should be able to grab it before they can, hopefully. Whether it's worth doing or not, though, kind of depends on how good any of this is, because on its own, that's going to be a little bit on the exposed side. Then again, the hive mind seems to be pretty chill. I'm more worried about the Spuctulax, who I'm creating a border with, and I probably really shouldn't. Oh, and the Picari have also said I'm a bunch of dicks. Well, that's fine. They're a bunch of dicks too. Honestly, how are you guys doing in your wars right now? Technically, there's a war going on between, yeah, your machine uprising and the Seagogs, who are the dick hive minds over here, but I'm not 100% sure what that means, because there doesn't actually seem to be a machine uprising, but what have you? Okay, we found one planet over here on the little spur that leads out to the Spuctulax, but yeah, it's a tundra world, because every world is a tundra world. We've just spawned in a very cold bit of the galaxy, unfortunately. Yep, small tundra. One small special thing about this, crystalline cavern. That's never bad. Crystalline caverns are fun, but nothing too dramatic, really. Definitely not worth bothering with. Ah, but here's fun. We've actually started getting a small bit of visibility of, what was it, the Rubicator. So, there's a relic world here. I like the idea of a relic world. That sounds very, very interesting indeed. Right, we need to go and check that out. That could be useful. And unfortunately, the Combine of Hulfasa has decided to actually form a defensive pact with, yeah, the Sidamatus on the far side of them. Hopefully, that shouldn't involve me. They're a very long way away from me, but yeah, it's worrying you've got friends at all. And are we ready to get this station down? 2 more months. Come on, I would like to get that station down. And then, it's just a question of, yeah, we're going to need a border. We're going to have to take Abdrade at the absolute bare minimum just to have a fortified border against the Spuctulax, because those guys are dicks. And they are xenophobes and they do hate me. So, mixed news today. The Beldros Raiders have withdrawn, so they claim to have had a successful raid there. Well done, guys. That's reduced the Hulfasan's population a bit. Also, I've been told I'm no longer allowed inside the territory of people I've never flipping heard of. Where the... Okay, you don't need to tell me to stay out, alright? We can just stay out of each other's way. I don't even know why you bothered contacting me. They might have done like a comms exchange with these guys. I've no bloody clue. Okay, let's get my fleet upgraded. That's going to cost 180 alloys, but screw it. We're floating more alloys than we need for expansion right now because influence is the limiting factor. So, get that sorted out. That's going to be lovely. And the Rubicator. Right, what do we need to do with you guys? Because apparently we've made it over in that direction. So the coordinates of the Rubicator's last known location, we've discovered a habitable planet with what we believe may be some form of settlement covering a large part of its surface. The settlement consists of tall pile-like towers visible all the way from space. Our archaeologists are eager to excavate it in search of the Rubicator. Okay, you know what? Let's flippin' make that happen because, ooh, this place is apparently inhabitable. Ooh, well, this is interesting. We might have something good. Oh, it's tiny. Why is everything tiny? Actually, on the other hand, there's 8 special rare planetary features. So, that's... Ooh. Okay. So, this place has got all sorts of special things in it. Gotcha. Including potentially a spectacular amount of science to be got out of the place. Okay. I see the advantage of a relic world. Got it. Okay, first things first, just give the whole area a scan. I want this place surveyed so we know how valuable it is. And then, potentially, we might want to lock it down just to make sure no one else comes in and causes trouble. Then again, it's far too far away for anyone to bother, surely. Actually, I don't have a choice. I'm not actually allowed to start doing the excavation until it's within my space, I believe. And speaking of which, we should be able to... There we go! Boom! We're going to get that system locked down because that's a really nice system. Okay, we're making some progress here. We're making some progress. You, yeah, scan that system. As soon as that's done, come over here, survey this system. And then probably don't bother trying to scan the other one. Just come back over here. Okay, we're making some good progress here. Some good flipping progress. And yeah, there's another Ford trade up there. Which makes me think the best thing I could do would be set up a base over... Ooh, there we go. We've got the regenerative hull tissue. That's pretty nice. Yeah, hang on. Down over here, where's the best place to set up a base? Because over here at Sarpocus, yeah, we're 2 away from Ram, we're 2 away from this spot up here, and we're 2 away from Saldar as well. So that's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. It's a shame it's not actually on the same spot as Eternal Horizon, but it'll do, I'd say. It'll do for the time being. So we should have enough alloys for that. Let's actually just get that underway immediately. Yep, 160. Make it so. Oh, now here's fun. So, Velonis over here has got another wormhole. Didn't realise that was going to be the case there. Now, oh, bloody hell. So, basically what I'm saying is, I'd like to rush these closed, and I'd like to rush all of this, and I need to take all of this, I need to take where the Rubricator is, and I need to actually rush up north to lock down all of that. Okay, I don't know what my priority is right now. I've no clue. Okay, fleet has been reunited, repaired, upgraded, etc. Redeploy it down over to here. Because, yeah, there's a system we haven't seen over there, which quite frankly is starting to worry me. And by the way, you guys have... Right, you guys on the far side of the galaxy have reopened your borders. Please stop messaging me. I don't actually care. Yeah, there's some more space for me, but they need to be cleared out. And then there's some mysterious thing at the end of a hyperlane over there. And it's just too much of a mystery. Hello, what do you guys want? You want a commercial pact? Okay, you literally only just let me into your space, but... Okay, let me figure out whether this is actually worth doing. Because here's the thing. Setting up a branch office on your worlds is going to be ludicrously, impractically expensive, purely on distance grounds. And your worlds aren't even worth that much. No, sorry. Ain't happening. Oh, there we go. That system locked down formally. Yeah, drop 500 minerals on getting all of this collected. That's lovely. And, when the time is right, +1 exotic gas from this area too. Flippin' love it. Meanwhile, the north finally opened up. Yeah, I'm just sending my science vessels around, going to just have a little look, see at what all of this is. See if any of it's worth grabbing, because at the bare minimum, that system seems pretty good. That might be worth grabbing. It just depends whether... Yeah, I want to try and take both of these systems, even though it's a bit of an awkward wide choke, purely to actually grab the 3 systems behind them. Also, let's just check in with my friends, the hive minds down over here. Okay, there's a bit of border friction, but they trust me plenty. It's not a problem. Science, we've got ourselves a little bit more armor. That's nice right there. More minerals. Nebula refinery. Ooh, mining station output up. Yeah, let's get that done. That should be worth a fair amount of money right there. And there we go. The Sarpocus star base is now completed, but it's not a great name. To be honest, no. Not a great name at all. So right now it can only collect inside its own system. No. Double trade hub for you guys, please. And on top of that, as you're actually going to have a giant pile of trade coming in... Ooh, apparently I haven't bothered actually researching the building that helps out with trade yet. Right, leave that for the time being then. No problem there. And my fleet's actually made fast progress over in this direction. Right, guys. Please open fire on the little space amoeba. So, oh, there we go. Right, so the babies have melted pretty much immediately. That just leaves the big mama. And, yeah, plasma will tear her apart. No flipping problem. Oh, look at that. Absolutely flawless victory. And here's a big one we can never flippin' turn down. Yeah, FTL inhibition. Massively important for making sure we can properly lock down systems we need to lock down. Okay, get working on that, Mr. Scientist. And the fleet can now at this point return home. Flippin' love it. Also, okay, mildly embarrassing problem for these guys. They've ended up trapped behind enemy lines. That's okay. I'm pretty sure you guys have got like an emergency jump built in these days, right? Also, yeah, come over here and lock down this station, please. As for you guys, yeah, how do we get you home? Oh, apparently we can't. We don't have the technology just yet. Okay, so you just stay up there for a bit. Not a problem. Everything's under control. Oh, we've got the gene clinics. Love the gene clinics. They're absolutely flipping brilliant. Together with leader pool size being up. That's never bad. Of course, we could have... yeah, regenerative hull tissue, which I forgot actually was living inside society, but apparently it does. Yeah, off-world trading company. 2 trade value for every trade hub. That's not bad, and it's pretty cheap and fast to do. Screw it, let's get that done. We've also got, yeah, the graveyard completed for +3 science over there, so that place is pretty nice too. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere here. We're starting to get somewhere. And I think we've also got, yeah, Scurum has now been properly surveyed. Problem is, I don't think we can actually do this until... yeah, there's nothing we can do till this place is actually within our border. Unfortunately, for the time being, we need to make absolutely sure we've got a proper hardened border against the Spuxulax, because they're dicks. Oh, the trading birds to the north have actually expanded faster than I was expecting, given they are actually being invaded right now. That's not great. Yeah, they are losing territory, but then again, the attacker war exhaustion is higher, just because invading is a bit on the difficult side. So, yeah, they're expanding pretty well, actually. I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to grab much of that to the north. In fact, we're getting close to being completely boxed in. In fact, when I say close, we are completely boxed in. Got it. Ooh, but I think the Spuxulax might be about to do me a favour, actually. If they actually claim this system as theirs, then this ship won't be allowed to be here anymore, and will automatically just disappear and then reappear inside friendly territory. So that's good. By the way, yeah, you most definitely need upgrading. In fact, I think we need more upgrading full stop across the board, because I've actually got a capacity of 8 star bases right now, because I've actually taken, yeah, the +4 star bases civic. So, yeah, we could have a much larger fleet than what I've got. I'm not sure I can afford to build it, though, yeah, I do have the money to maintain it at the bare minimum. In fact, we may as well get a station set up around Tiny Sands right here. It's a good choke point in case anyone's coming from the north, and it's never a bad idea to, you know, protect your own flipping planet. So, we'll get that upgraded too. Uh-oh! The Spuxulax have started putting down claims. That's a concern. What have they decided they own? They've decided they own this. Okay, that's a concern. That's a huge concern, actually. Yeah, these guys are hostile, and their fleet power is apparently overwhelming, and they're laying down claims. Oh, that's no good. That's no good at all, actually. None of this is any good, because, yeah, they've actually got this place thrown up in no time whatsoever. We're not flipping ready. Oh, no. Oh, this could be a problem, actually. Prepare the fleet. Just get it into position. Do some healing up as fast as you can, please. That cruiser might be crucial. There we go. They've actually officially managed to eat Velonis, and as a result of that, my science ship has now gone missing, so I get to teleport that back to friendly space. So, they've sort of accidentally done me a favour there. Marvellous. Okay, the fleet has successfully returned to Snorf and is now healing up right next to the sun, because that's how that works. So, they'll be back up to full strength in no time whatsoever. Then we probably need to just move them down south, because this border needs to be hardened, like, really, really fast. But it's going to take quite some time before we're even ready to have a basic starbase down there. The fleet's repaired, but I don't want to commit it yet, because on its own, it might be completely flipping screwed. Best thing we can probably do is, yeah, maybe even actually have a backup checkpoint. Because over here, Rasselgethi, that's a choke point that they've got no choice but to come through if they want to go any further into my empire than, yeah, these two territories. Unless, of course, they went straight through the hive mind territory. But those two guys hate each other. They're never going to have open borders. So, okay. Is that worth setting up? I mean, it's a bit of a waste, to be honest, but it might be not a bad idea just for safety. I mean, if it turns out to be a waste, I can just convert it into hangars down the line. No problem whatsoever. In fact, you know what? Screw it. Make it happen. We're going to get you upgraded as well. Congratulations, you're going to be a starport too. In fact, what we desperately need right now is alloys. We're going to need loads of alloys. So, over to the market. How much is it going to be to... Oh, blimey, 250 for 1,000. You know what? Do it. Yep, there we go. So there's a giant pile of alloys. Expensive, but I'll flip and take it right now, okay? Okay, what's next on my list of things to take? So we've probably got just about enough influence. I tell you what, that's a 12 right there. Okay, you take this area. That's only 52, in fact. That's not bad at all. Start moving up here. If we could lock down Fuella, yeah, 12 minerals. That's not bad at all. Also, the Skanuri Trade Commission can now use hostile takeover against us. Oh. I'm guessing that what they've just done is formed a commercial pact with the Inari. And as a result of that, yeah, they actually want to take over my settlements. Or possibly, they've actually set up a branch office over... No, there's no branch office there because it's too garbage to be worth bothering with. But, yeah, okay. They totally want to actually take over this branch office. Yeah, not useful to be next to another flipping megacorp, but what can we do? Right, what do we need here? Pop growth up, or starbase upkeep down, or admin cap going up. How's my admin cap doing, by the way? We are right now... Okay, we are just above the admin cap, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's tech cost plus 2.7%. Campaign cost, leader upkeep, not much. You know what? I'll take the pop growth rate. Take new life, great. But apparently we need a hard border against these dicks as well, so that's good. Still, on the plus side... This is actually the one scenario where, yeah, the Inari could be very, very useful indeed. And here we go. Abdrade Station is complete. Okay, that's very, very important indeed. So, Abdrade Station, obviously, just get guns on there. Guns, 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 more guns, everything's going to be great. And yeah, dampen their shield hit points, please. That works too. Okay, that's going to be a nice, good thing when it's set up. Next up, upgrade my defensive platforms, because the question is, do I want to bother paying for that? 200 alloys. Is that a good idea or not? I mean, these things are going to be tough, and it's cheaper than it would be otherwise, and I am floating, screw it. I think we're going to, yeah, you know what, we're going to do it. Back over to the market. I'd like to buy, yeah, I'd like to buy some more alloys, please. I'd just like to buy some more alloys. Get one integrity class defensive platform set up right there. As soon as that's all done, the fleet can move into position and block all of that. As for the hull fasteners, however, am I too worried by them right now? Right now, they're just saying superior, superior, superior. Probably because, yeah, they recently had a good spanking from the Marauders. So that's positive. That's positive right there. You know what? Screw it. For safety, we're doing it. I'm giving this border a defensive platform too. It's not a bad idea. Okay, it's going to be just fine. Ooh, bit of a problem as well. So the stupid war that the Corinthians declared against the Spukshalaks, eventually that did indeed manage to end in the Corinthians being humiliated because they failed to win a war they started to try and humiliate the other side. So the Spukshalaks have now got less war going on, potentially making it more likely they'll be happy to declare a new war. So that potentially doesn't work for me either, especially as they've just put down another claim. Yeah, they've now got 2 claims down on me. That's good. Okay, Strike Force Kraken. It's time for you guys to actually move out. Start protecting the border. Also, apparently we've got unemployment over on Snorf. So, okay, one more city, just to provide a bit more housing and a few more clerk jobs. That'll do for me. And we've got our first ever immigrant as well. One of the Inari is indeed moving over to Tiny Sands. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, Tiny Sands Station is ready to go, meaning we can actually start getting, yeah, here we go. We can actually start getting some anchorages down, though we're going to need to potentially buy some more alloys. Like, again, we're spending money really fast right now, dangerously fast, but a lot of problems are starting to emerge simultaneously, so this is probably fine. Who the hell is that? That's, oh, obviously, the Spukshalaks need a defensive pact right now. That's fine. It's defensive, it's not a proper alliance, it won't pull them into any war they declare on me. And bear in mind, if these guys do decide to attack me, that's going to trigger all of my defensive pacts. So, the Inari are in a position to help out. The Natfankans down here, the Hive Mind, they're in a position to help out too. So, maybe I'm not quite as screwed as I fear, because of all the people to be laying down claims on me, the Spukshalaks are probably, in some ways, the best. Because if my defensive pacts trigger, my allies will actually be able to get involved and do something. Okay, so my decision to send some science ships around just to mop up the anomalies we've been missing, because previously they were too high level, has paid off rather nicely. We found some alien lasers right here with a focused energy ray. So we can either have our UV lasers, UV flipping lasers, or plasteel. Take the UV lasers. Okay, now that's the tech edge we flipping need. Oh, as much as I'd love to skip FTL inhibition, oh, is that a good idea? That's probably not a good idea. No, that can't be a good idea. Do I want to... Do I really want to do that? Yes, I want to do that. Okay, get that done. All right, let's skip up to UV lasers. That's lovely. Okay, got the 10% increase from all of my bases out in space. Corvette hull points plus 100. Yes, that's the thing, because for the time being, and potentially for some time to come, we are completely dependent on Corvettes. So, a big increase in their base health, very useful for their survivability. Okay, we've got ourselves a war here, and mysteriously not one of the dicks, one of the nice guys. So, the relatively peaceful hive mind has decided to attack the fanatical purifiers, which is fine, I suppose. I'm not sure what they're hoping to get out of it, because... yeah, they don't actually have, you know, a border or anything, but I assume they're just going to pass straight through Bavia space and attack these points over here. And of course, because it's a fanatical purifier, I believe that's total war. I think at that point, you do just trade territory as you trade territory. Hang on, is that true? Is that just determined exterminates, etc.? I think that's true for fanatical purifiers. I think it's total war. Oh, we've got problems. We've got big problems here. The Spuxalak attack fleet is literally at my door. They have moved into attack positions. Okay, let's just head over here to the Spuxalak frontier. We've got 1,000 strength right there. And we're 40 seconds away from the shield generator. We're some way off the actual defense platform, however. My fleet is nearly in position. 1,000 strength here and another 1,000 strength coming up behind. These guys have got 1,600. I think we might be able to take them, and we do have visibility. They are only at basic stuff, really. Only at basic stuff, really. And they don't have that much in the way of shielding. There's plenty of hull points and plenty of armor. I'm overwhelmingly focused on lasers. I think if they were to throw themselves at me, I could survive it. My fleet is coming in, ready to intercept, but... how are we doing in terms of... okay, we need more ships. Start training more ships over at Snorf right the hell now. Right, one basic Corvette, just as the basis of a new fleet, because, yeah, this fleet's actually full up. The actual Kraken force is already 20 out of 20, so we need to take more techs before we can make that fleet any larger. So, we need to get more stuff in production, because that might not be all they've got. They might well have another fleet that's also heading this way, but they are definitely preparing for war with us right now. We just need to hold off the initial attack, however, because if we can survive the initial attack, our allies will hopefully arrive to assist. Okay, my fleet has just arrived at the Spuxalak's blockade, so Strike Force Kraken, best name ever, is now in position. Alright, so we've got about 2,000 strength here, and rising. The defences are being built. Give it a few months, we'll have a new defensive platform here as well. You guys just form up position right there. Everything is under control, and they've got another 900. They've got another 900, that's 2,600. We are not ready for 2,600. Oh no. Okay. This is fine. Everything's under control. Okay, the southern outpost at Rasselgethi. You guys, we need more gun batteries. We need more defense to stop these guys invading. Alright, we just need everything. Oh, I knew they might have more fleets than what we've seen so far. Yeah, the problem is I've only actually got myself one shipyard, so I can only train one thing at a time. Right, we probably need to change that, in fact. Actually, hang on. That's what we can do at the southern outpost. Cancel the gun batteries right there. Instead, yeah, one shipyard down south together with maybe one gun battery. Or maybe I just want to pump ships as fast as we can. It's probably not a bad idea. This doesn't take too long to build, really. No, one gun battery. We need some form of backup, somewhere to fall back to if need be. Okay. Okay. What can I do? 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 Hang on. Okay, one thing I might be able to do. How are we? No, I can't rival them right now. And if I'm not rival to them, I can't deploy the Marauders at them, which is a bit of a shame. But hang on. Ooh. I might be able to give myself a little bit, just a little bit of an edge. An Admiral costs 2,000. A skilled Admiral. And that's actually a permanent hire these days. Do it. Hire an Admiral. Okay, so I've just spent literally all of the money, but I'm so sorry, Quang Shen. It's time for you to step down in favour of... He's only level 3, but he'll flipping do. Yeah, that's actually not bad. So ship fire rate is going to be increased by a further 6%. And he's a mercenary warrior. Evasion plus 10%, ship fire rate plus 10%. Boom. Get in there. Right, so we've got ourselves... I wouldn't exactly call him skilled, but he's definitely better. He's better than he would be otherwise. But more is coming. More is on the flipping way. We do have minus 20% shield, so we're going to cut through their shields even faster, letting my lasers do the work. Okay, we have got this strike force ready to go. Strike Force Cerberus, you guys are coming up with amazing names. Well done, by the way. Right, so, Quang Sheng, you can command that force. Start it moving south as fast as you can, please. And, get it reinforced. Just like get it reinforced right now, as much as we can. Yeah, 2 more ships. We need more ships coming in. At this point, literally all the money in the world needs to... Oh, what did they just claim? Cider. They've put a claim down on... No! The Corinthians have put a claim down! Guys, now is not the time. I'm busy. Okay, we've got ships coming in. Ships heading down south, alright? Reinforcements are piling in as fast as they can. This is... not great, but it's going to have to do. Technically, Strike Force Kraken is up to 1,300 with the assistance of the new Admiral. Their Admiral, meanwhile, yeah, he's only actually Skill 1. These guys haven't done much yet. They're preparing. That is an invasion force ready to move in, and we cannot beat them in the skies. Well, can we? I mean, these things are often tougher than they look. Okay, you know what? What we need to do is, we need more defenses. We need another integrity platform. Problem is, I don't have the money for it. So, okay, back over to the market. I'm going to allow myself to be gouged. So, yeah, sell some of that business. Just sell 2,000 minerals in order to purchase... Oh, I can't even afford 250 with that. Okay, buy some of this. Buy some more. Yep, there we go. That's lovely. So 250 right there. We need more firepower. One more defensive platform right here. And we've got plus 16 coming in right now. We've also discovered a League naval base, so that's fun. We've probably got more League artifacts coming in. In fact, actually, we should pursue that because First League is... Actually, it used to be a city planet. Now it's not anymore. Now it's like a ruined city planet or something. They made it worse because it was way too good, as we saw during the Almerta playthrough. So it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still probably worth pursuing at some point. Also, I should probably be concerned that the Picari Decimators are currently actually passing through my territory, because technically I haven't closed the borders to them, so maybe taking my Xenophile status a bit too seriously here, because yes, I'm allowing large, terrifying death fleets through my territory. Where are you guys even going right now? Ah, they're actually attacking the Nat Fankans. Okay, I don't want you guys to be allowed to do that, so very sorry, we're not staying neutral in this one. Borders are about to be closed to you. And that should make those fleets just basically disappear because they're not allowed to be here anymore. So, there we go, they've now gone away. You're very welcome, Mr. Hive Minds. Okay, this is positive at least. Just 40 seconds until the shipyard activates at Rasselgethi. At that point, we can start pumping out ships from there directly into the Spukshalak blockade, and everything's going to... Oh, they're sending in reinforcements too. How many more reinforcements are they sending in right now? They've got... Oh, they've got so much. They've got so flipping much. Okay, this is not good. I should not have expanded down here. This territory is not worth dying over. The southern outpost has officially been upgraded to a shipyard. Okay, now that works. That works for me. Where is this strike force right now? It's still catching up, actually. That's fine. I've barely got the money to buy any more corvettes right now, so everything's fine. At this point... Hopefully, me and the Spukshalaks are just going to stand close by to each other, making angry faces, and not actually invading. Here we go, we're starting to pick up some First League artifacts here. Absolutely flipping marvellous. And minor artifacts too. And some physics. Okay, cleaning up all these anomalies, working out for me. When I say working out, I'm probably about to be murdered by the Spuctulax, but at least I'll do so having done some archaeology, damn it. Okay, we are now at this point presumably close enough to begin, boosting this up, reinforcing, and yes indeed, those ships are now being trained at the southern outpost, so they're going to be getting to me nice and flipping fast. We have got reinforcements piling in here. Not great reinforcements, 46 strength per ship, but every little flipping helps. Okay, now we've actually got Inari inside our empire, by the way. What do we know about them? So, make very good entertainers. Fascinating. Potentially make good scientists. Make potentially good defense armies too. But, yeah, expensive and their ethics attraction might drift a lot. This guy is currently Xenophile. Works for me. Marvellous. It is actually kind of good that these guys are charismatic because, yeah, I'm repugnant. So, these guys could potentially make very good entertainers. And there's the Off-World Trading Company. That's what we needed to see. Well, when I say what we needed to see, it's not really what we needed to see right now. However, the Naval Logistics Office, that one's absolutely flipping crucial. But then again, also, Hall of Judgment and Planetary Capital. That's kind of tempting, but no. Focus on the fleet for the time being. Focus on the fleet. All my star bases are now upgraded in the direction I want them to be. That's all absolutely flipping lovely. The Spuctulax Frontier, 1,200, and multiple fleets are now hanging around nearby. Some of them better than others, but they're there. They're trying. It's the thought that counts. Oh, flipping heck, the Spuctulax have brought in even more. They've brought in a third fleet. They've got... I can't stand up against this. That's... No. No. They've brought in even more fleets. Okay, so... What do I do now? What the hell do I do now? That's more than I can stand up against. Okay. In which case, the better plan might be to simply fall back, let them take a bunch of damage, taking on the initial blockade, and then we actually take them on at Rasalgethi at the southern outpost. But I'm not convinced this is a fight we can win. In fact, changed plans. Rasalgethi needs to be changed over entirely. Get rid of the shipyard in favour of more gun batteries. We just need more firepower there, unfortunately. We just need more firepower. Yeah, guys, be ready to potentially fall back. If they declare war, we might be giving up immediately. Depends how many of them attack, and ideally, someone would like to attack them. Hang on. There is one thing. If I could just get back to them being superior rather than overwhelming, I could rival them, and then I could set the Marauders on them. That'd be great. But yeah, what's worrying about these fleets is that they've got destroyers. They've got tons of destroyers, and destroyers tend to be extremely good at tearing apart corvettes, which is entirely what I'm dependent on right now. One good thing though, we can at least see if we can get the Rubricator. That might be fun. So build a star base right here in Skorum, and then once that's done, we can indeed begin that excavation. Though, yeah, allies are getting dangerously low right now, because, yeah, we do need some alloys for upkeep. So every time I build a ship, the amount of alloys I'm getting in is going down. This is a concern. This is a very, very big concern. And I can't attack these guys and invite other people to help out because, yeah, they've got friends as well. They've actually got 2 people inside a defensive pact. So, if we're lucky, if we're very, very lucky indeed, we might just be at a stalemate. If we're unlucky, they might be about to flipping murder us. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'd say that is enough for now. Because today, we have not learnt, as I was vaguely hoping for, that, you know, there are just a couple of bad apples among our neighbours. No, it turns out I have spawned in a very, very bad neighbourhood indeed. Surrounded by xenophobes, dicks, other trade competitors, hive minds, and of course, some flipping fanatical purifiers. And it feels like we're very much on the path to war right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a war I don't know if I can flipping win. So, we will see how that goes next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. It's been many a true dud, and this has been Stellaris, the Impossible Run. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.